Tomia nera kira hitorotomoto shimaratakela hitorotomoto shite. Shamia tarake, shama tarakera paratoto. Iamae no. Iala hitorotomoete. Greetings, blessings to all of you. My name is McCoon, the High Council of the GodStar. Many things have been transpiring within your time frame, I would say over the last 6 to 9 months. Many things have occurred. We've had a number of attacks on both the F-Star Command as well as the High Council of the GodStar on the BlueStar. We have had attacks on refugee ships. We have had many things happening, and we have strove very, very diligently and as powerfully as possible to ensure that there has been no effect upon any of you here. Things are changing. On this planet, when you listen to Al Sharon, he says that this planet was in a time of an age of choice. And it was within this age of choice that the humanity of Earth made their decision, made their choice to evolve, to take that next step on their evolutionary journey. A journey in which each one of you as starseeds have already completed on the world that you come from. But this time, there is more meaning. In this grand cycle, it has been a complete free will choice. And that is important to contemplate, to think about, to remember. Because what that means is that those of darkness could incarnate as starseed just as light workers, just as guardians, just as whomever wanted to participate. Once the choice was made and certain things were set into motion, and as always, in divine time, divine order, and divine rightness, Phase 1 of Project Earth was completed. This was done after the point of no return, and the point of no return, of course, was in your terminology, your time frame, the 21st of December 2012. And so we march onwards. And all of a sudden we are in what Al Sharon calls the Age of Awakening. Look around you. How many of you have been awakening just in the last 5 years? How many of you have begun to understand things that perhaps before made no sense whatsoever? How many of you have begun to step into your true energy? You have to also understand that there is much consideration that is happening with regards to the starseeds at this time. The main purpose for the awakening of the starseeds on such a grand scale, because I can assure you there are starseeds awakening in every country on this planet. Many of these individuals feel lost because they don't have a community that can assist them in their awakening, but they are awakening nonetheless, and we are doing everything in our power to assist them. Certain agreements have now been reached And because of these agreements being reached, the attacks that have been happening will cease. It does not mean that the testing is over with. There are many of you who are being tested as we speak, who are being tested on a daily basis, who are being tested regularly. Some of you may say, well, I'm over being tested. I don't want to be tested anymore. But we have to ensure that when we provide something, the person is ready to receive it here. There is somebody in my mind who was just recently tested. And it was painful. And it was horrendous in their eyes. And it was a pain that they did not want to ever experience again. And they passed their test. And yesterday, Elder visited them. And Elder did an activation for them, which enabled them to connect to home on a much more substantial way. Here you say, that is unfair. For us, we must make sure. You have to understand, some people think that it's a joke when we look upon you as starseed and say, you are the ascended masters of earth. And they think that that is a joke phrase because they think, oh, well, I don't have full memory. I'm beating my head against the wall trying to figure out the right way to go. And it's true. There is information held back from you. Not because you cannot be trusted, not because you are not worthy. It's not even because you're being tested. There are very, 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 very few individuals who can access a great deal of information about themselves and remain here. The more that you become aware of home, the more homesick you become. We have to balance things to ensure that what needs to happen here happens. There are those starseeds who will not be awakening. They do not need to awaken. They are actually doing their job quite well without awakening at all. For those of you who are awakening, it is difficult. We acknowledge this. It is more difficult for a being of darkness to awaken than a being of light, because those of darkness have been vilified for so long. But I wanted to share something with you, something that is very, very encouraging. As Al Sharon has mentioned to you, the reason that the grand cycle that is complete free will choice is completed successfully, why that is so important, is because it will literally shift not just this world, not just this solar system or this galaxy, but the entire universe. And when it shifts this entire universe, it will alter the vibrational frequency of every world, every individual. And that will touch the multiverse and send a ripple throughout all of the different universes that are attached to the multiverse. Do you understand the significance of what is happening here? Do you understand the significance of what is occurring? You are the ascended masters of Earth because you come from worlds that have gone through the evolution and ascension process. You came here not to learn how to be an ascended master. You did not come here to ascend. You did not come here to learn lessons. You came here to experience everything this world had to offer. Why? Because the more you understand about this world and how this world works and how the humanity of Earth, how they work, and you begin to access the quantum grid, begin to access the energies of home, begin to connect with the angelics, with the ETs, with the higher dimensional vibrations and frequencies. You are then able to transmit that higher vibrational energy into the planet, into the collective unconsciousness. You go through life and you experience trauma and you experience challenges, obstacles. You show yourself to be a survivor. You overcome your obstacles. You say, why do I have a life that is so challenging, that is so hard? Because you are teaching the humanity of Earth how to walk through the fire and not get burned. You are showing the humanity of Earth how to overcome an obstacle, how to experience things that are hurtful, painful, and still being able to express love. You are the teachers, not by going and being a teacher at a university or, something like this, but through your actual life. You are living, breathing teachers. So you find things challenging. And they are. And you have things coming up in your etheric bodies that need to be released, that need to be cleared. We are providing you the teachers, the tools to do this. Your choice of how you wish to move forward in your life. Exercise your free will choice. Simply realize this. Generally speaking, things don't change in an instant. You have to focus. When you are creating something, you do not say an affirmation and then sit back and go, okay, I'm going to wait now. That won't work. You state your affirmation every day. And then you take steps to help create what you are wanting to manifest. And as you do this, and as you work on this day in and day out, you begin to create an energy around it. And when that energy hits a particular vibrational frequency, Spirit then can not only hold that vibrational frequency, but can add to it and open the doorways for you. Many people are out there claiming to teach abundance when they don't understand it at all. There are many different kinds of abundance. The other thing to remember is that money is nothing more than an energy. And I will let you think about that. If you have questions, please type them in. So I want to tell you something. We have had meetings ongoing. We have endured our own traumas. When you leave this world and you leave this dimensional expression of life and you return home into the fifth dimension, there are many differences compared to here. But you are still learning, growing, experiencing life, doing your best, finding different ways of contributing. You won't go into the fifth dimension where everything is perfect and there is no duality and there is no death, because there is. But just like here, it's on the physical side, not the etheric side, not the soul. The soul does not get destroyed. If the soul is severely damaged, it goes back to source to be regenerated, shall we say. There are many things that you do not understand here, and we do not have time to explain them all. But just as you have choice here, we have choice as well. There are those individuals in those worlds who are fearful of the shift that is coming on a universal scale. The one constant in the universe, and you should learn this well, is change. And some of those who have perpetrated the attacks on us and on the Ashtar Command refugee ships, these are groups and planets that fear the change that is coming. Steps have been taken to ensure that that does not happen again. As many of you know, the dragon clans have been activated for this world and for the starseed. You may pick up a dragon being around you, or more than one. They are there simply to assist. They don't belong to you. Those who truly know dragons know that they don't belong to anyone. I know that very well. There are several worlds of darkness that serve the darkness. And they do have representatives on this world. These worlds have made a commitment to themselves as well as to us. They want to go through this shift, and they want to experience it fully because they want to experience something different than what they have. And it's very exciting. And some of these representatives are on this planet right now. And they're here because they are showing that level of commitment to themselves, to us, and to this project. Because we of the High Council of the GodStar, we do not do this for ourselves. We do this for Source. We do this for this world and for the humanity of Earth. And we are in service to each and every starseed that is on this planet because you answered our call and came here to assist in something truly extraordinary. So it may not seem like it in your reality, but from my perspective and my vantage, you are the best of the best. Now I will take questions. That was 6 to 9 months. Very good, Laws. Laws Mitchell, you've always been very homesick. Many starseed feel the exact same way. This one here, and I feel it strongly in this moment, also feels it every moment of every day. It is about acknowledging who you are and getting on with things here and being everything you can be here. And putting the homesickness to the side with the understanding and acknowledgement that when the time comes, there will not be anything to prevent you from returning home. Peter, you've been doing a lot of work on other levels, but feeling as though you're not doing what you're down here on Earth to do. The thing is, all you need to do is trust your heart, guidance, and discernment. From my perspective, you could trust in yourself a great deal more, but you are doing what you need to be doing. Trust in faith, my friend. Trust in faith. Laws, can you expect to go home soon, or do you still have work to do? That depends upon who you ask. In my perspective, you will be going home soon. In your perspective, maybe not as soon as what my perspective is. Deb, you've been feeling sick and smoky in your chest. It's not necessarily, well, let me see. It is for you to release. It is for you to let go, forgive and let go. It is a past life persecution in the 17th century. You do not need details. You simply need to let go and release. Rumi, you wish a mentor, you know the right person to ask. You know it and I know it. You keep avoiding it. You need to let go of your fear. You need to understand something. Even if you make a mistake, there's nothing wrong with that. Nobody is perfect. If you make a mistake, you learn from it and you move on. Everything starts in one place and one place only, and that's trust and faith within the self. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. That in true reality is not that big of a secret. We sit here when we come through this one, and we look at you and we tell you it must start with trust and faith in yourself, for yourself. Kind of the catchphrase of El Sharon, I believe you would say. But now I want to tell you something very, very succinctly, very, very importantly. It's the same for me. It's the same for all of us. We too have to start from that place of trust and faith within ourselves. This gets taught to us from a very, very early age. From a very, very early first moments, we are taught to trust in our intuition, in our heart. We are taught the importance of discernment and how important it is, and to take our time and to be patient, to realize that all things will be revealed in divine time and divine order and divine rightness. So when we tell you these things, it's because we know it works, because we live that life as well. Consider that. Laura, are you to be a spiritual teacher on a grander scale, have a retreat? Only when you are ready. These are not things to rush. They take time to bubble away, to manifest, to become in alignment. If you try and rush them, you will in truth bring harm to people. It is a potential. Let us say, in human terms, the jury is still out yet. Shouldn't abundance be replaced by prosperity? To be honest with you, Cynthia, whether you use the word abundance, prosperity, doesn't really matter. It is a label. There are many people in this world who have very little in the way of material possessions. They have very little in the way of money. And yet they classify themselves as being the richest people on the planet. It is a perception, nothing more. Amy Davis, are you on the right path when it comes to your life? What does your heart say? Peter, follow your heart. Is it really your job to solve other people's issues? Focus on your own, in my opinion. Serafina, you have a big change coming, which is the end of your marriage. Will you be able to connect and move forward better after this? You feel as though you're not going to get any further until you're on your own. You'll begin moving forward once you have completed your grieving. There is always grieving when something comes to an end. Do not avoid it. Do not act like it is not there. Explore it and experience it and fully move into it so that you can fully release and let it go. This is vitally important. What you need to do is find yourself. Angie, you're wanting to know if you are doing all that you can to bring higher vibrations to Earth at this stage. You're working on your health to help with this. And you are also asking if all of the abilities you need in this life are activated, or will you be able to see and hear as well as your knowingness? The first question you must answer for yourself. With regards to the second question, all I will say is you will have every ability that you need and that is required for you to accomplish what you are incarnated on this planet to do. That I can assure you. Catlin, you get an idea you should meditate, but you're wanting to know if there's a way to get the same effect by doing it differently, by bypassing the meditation action. Meditation can happen in a variety of different ways. For example, this one will meditate while he's cooking, or while he's vacuuming, or while he's doing dishes. He doesn't just do this work, he does other things as well. So meditation can operate in a multitude of different ways. And the real key to meditation is finding the type of meditation that works best for you. Sitting down and closing one's eyes doesn't work for this one. Doing a meditation while he's doing something which is occupying his mind and his body enables him to meditate and connect the way that is best for him. So it is important to find that which works best for you. And there's nobody out there that's going to be able to go, well, I know what's right for you. You just need to determine this on your own, in my opinion. Anna, how do you know what you are here to do? You follow your heart and guidance and your discernment. And then you trust in faith. For some people, they go through something, they experience something. The age of 5. And they have done what they've come here to do. And whenever they cross along the pathway, along the life, whether it's at the age of 10, 50, or 100, when they get to the other side and they ask that question, did I do what I went to earth to do? They will answer yes. Or you can have an individual live to being 98 years of age, and at the age of 93, something occurs, something happens that he is involved in. And he does what he came to earth to do. And it took him 93 years to do it. There are different levels and different layers. This one here with Genis, they had a planetary mission for them to do, for them to accomplish, which is why they had to come together. Because they could not do it individually, they had to do it only together. And that's the only reason why, as twin flames, they came together in this incarnation. That and the fact that it's their last incarnation. But when they completed that, and what it was is inconsequential, they got something else. So now it's all about, for him, and for both of them actually, to assist people to walk the path that they're here to walk. To assist people to connect or reconnect with the quantum grid, with their own true energy. This is their mission. This is their purpose. So he knows that. Now what? We're not telling him, well, in order to achieve that, you have to do this and this and this, and you should do this, and you should offer this, and you should offer that, and we don't tell him that. He follows his heart and guidance. He discerns. That's what he does to determine what he needs to do, what he needs to, how to move forward in that regard. It's very important to remember. Trust within. Because you see, assisting people to walk the path that they're here to walk, it's like an umbrella. It's up here. There are individual souls that he will interact with, that he will change their life. There are individuals he has not even met yet, has never heard of before in this lifetime, that he will meet and change their life completely and forevermore. And that will be so significant. And it's in alignment with what he's here to do, but it's more than that. So in order to determine that, you simply have to trust yourself, to follow your heart and guidance. Being incarnated on this planet, you don't have all of the information. You don't have all of the connections, all of your abilities. You have what you need for that incarnation. If you have accomplished something and you don't need something anymore, that will fall away. If you need something else, that will come about and be presented. Trust and faith is where it starts. Susan, you are wanting to know where your life is headed in regards to opening up more of your abilities. You're still clearing karmic attachments. Will you be able to move on to your own path? And it feels scary standing on your own feet, trying to let go of your marriage as well. You need to forgive. You need to grieve. You need to reconnect with you. It's not something that will take 2 days and you're done. It will take some time. But before you know it, things will start to shift. Things will start to change. You will begin to start seeing things a little bit differently. But it's important for you to reconnect with you. It's important to once again feel yourself, if you will. The one thing that I will tell you and that I can tell you, you will get there. Don't worry about that. You will get there. Trust yourself. Suzanne, you've been told that you have some clearing to do about past lives. Karmic is the word that was said. You are reading a book about soul contracts and the pre-incarnation process. Do star seeds follow the same process of choosing lessons for our soul growth, or is it different? The one thing that I will tell you is this: karma is over with. It is finished for this world. As star seeds, you have this mentality, which I completely understand, can relate to. You don't like leaving things unfinished. So many of you are working very hard to balance those out, because those of you incarnated now who will be coming back after this incarnation, those karmic ties, those karmic things that you have been carrying will be finished and completed and let go of. As star seeds, when you prepare for your next incarnation, you are not thinking, well, what lessons does my soul need to learn? You come here as an ascended master. The lessons that the humanity of Earth are learning, you've already learned on your own world, because you've already gone through the evolutionary and ascension process, which is what the humanity of Earth here is doing and going through. So it's not about you choosing what lessons your soul needs to learn. You are wanting to experience things to gain a greater understanding of this world and how you will assist in this world. You are balancing energies from other incarnations. You are letting go of different things from different incarnations, different traumas that you have experienced. You are going through situations to assist others to release karmas that they have that you do not have any part of. This one did that for his stepfather when he was a little boy in this incarnation. Okay. If there are certain past lives that you wish to deal with, let go of. See someone who does past life work, who can bring out those particular past lives that are holding you back, that are influencing this incarnation. He does that kind of work. There are others that do that kind of work. Seek something like that out to assist you in understanding those particular lifetimes that are holding you back in this incarnation. That would be my suggestion. Laws, I'm not going to give you a number. Janelle, I'm not going to answer that question. You know which of your children are star seeds. And your job, you know that too. Laws and Deborah, you both ask if you have galactic children. I could answer that question, but I will not. And it's not anything to do with you. It is a choice made on the other side. Shawnee, James, you travel to a location and often strange things happen at this location. Feel the energy of the place. It's like a beacon. So it doesn't have anything to do with the fact that you're a starseed. But if you tune into it, you may be able to understand more about it. Christine, how can you help others in relation to what your mother is going through? You feel it's a big demonstration of free will and how it works. Record. Write. Write down what you see, what you experience, what you feel. Write down what is going on and what is happening. When it's complete, finished, and done, you will know what to do with it. There is a race out there that is very feline. So Jessica, no, you were not the one Elder visited. The person who Elder visited knows exactly who they are. Catelyn, the thing that you need to do the most is begin to understand yourself more. You will do that very shortly, I can assure you. Machko, starseeds will be going back to their homes when they are finished here on Earth. You will, when you are finished here, you will be reintegrated into your true self body and you will return to your home. All I can tell you, Laura, as far as karmic lessons, There aren't karmic lessons. There are karmic energies that have been created through experiences and through different lifetimes and interactions with different people. You have not balanced everything that you are here to balance yet, or that you want to balance yet. But as far as karmic lessons go, you do not have any of those. Laws, you know the answer to that question about galactic children. Why are you asking me? Machko, do I have any words on the souls of non-star seeds on the earth, so the humanity of earth, native humans? After leaving their physical bodies, some people have tremendous fear towards death. To be honest with you, there are many star seeds who have fear of death as well. Why do people fear death? They fear death because in their minds it is unknown. They don't know what is going to happen. Even those people who claim to believe in everlasting life and eternal life fear death as well. If someone is a native human, they'll go to the other side. They will experience what they need to experience. They will prepare themselves and then they will return. They are the ones who are truly learning lessons and learning and experiencing things to push them forward on their path. You see, so many people think, as someone asked about karmic lessons and preparing for an incarnation, what lessons that our soul needs to learn. Starseeds don't need to do any of that. The humanity of Earth are the ones who has things to experience, to learn, because they are in the process of evolving. You as starseeds are here assisting them in their evolution and in their movement to their own personal ascension, which will involve the shift of this entire universe. If you have asked a question and I have bypassed it, it is because I'm not answering it because I don't need to. This is something for you to answer. Like, am I on the right path spiritually? You answer that. You want me to answer because you don't want to take responsibility for yourself. You take responsibility for yourself. Ask your own heart. Listen to yourself. Listen to your heart. Follow your heart and guidance. I'm not here to take your power away from you. I'm here giving you your power back. Margot, one day at a time, one step at a time. I can tell you this. Where you hoped you would reach, you well and truly bypassed as far as this entire incarnation goes. As far as Machko, as far as your question about non-star seed souls, so native human, the humanity of Earth, their souls, they are fine. They will cross, they will come back, and they will continue on their journey until they hit that moment where they ascend into the higher dimensional reality. Eventually, they will transcend into the fourth density, and then into the fifth dimension. And when they hit that fifth dimension, everything will change, and a shift will ripple across this universe. Thank you very much. This is the conclusion to this, and I appreciate very much your attentiveness. I appreciate your questions. Please understand we have nothing but love and honor for each one of you. We know it is difficult being incarnated upon this world, and that is why we have so much assistance for you. Trust yourself. All of our love, blessings. Yotorokoto shama tarahitorotomote, yamota shamrata te aprotaeta, yama karaprotomoteshe. Shata.